Hello friend, how is it going? Welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. Today in this video I have for you this new customer with 2008 Toyota Prius, and it came with a pretty detailed and long story which everybody can learn from. This owner is a bicycle mechanic, and I'm not sure what he had before the Prius, but he decided to go for the Prius hybrid technology. Being bike mechanic, he definitely has mechanical skills, and he thought this could be a good project. If something goes wrong, I should be able to fix it. He researched this second generation, and he said, oh, there is the touring version which has a beautiful leather inside, and it also comes with larger wheels. So that became his focus. He started shopping for it. He found one promising ads 5 hours from where we are in Sacramento area. And he said, okay, that sounds all good. It's exactly what I want. It has that leather interior. It's super nice. Did I mention the mileage? It has 176,000 miles. So he went down there. The owner said it's all smoked and ready for the buyer. He arrived. The owner said, well, the vehicle is ready for you. I can't find that smoke certificate, but DMV got it. DMV got it. Everything is peachy and squeechy. The car is ready for you. Go and test drive it, obviously. But there's nothing wrong with it. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you already see it coming, don't you? On the way home, of course, he got later the check engine light, and apparently that was related to the P0420, which is the catalyst system inefficiency. But the vehicle was driving good, no problems. He contacted DMV. Of course, they never got any smoke certificate. So he's basically thinking what to do with this. I don't want to pay super expensive catalyst converter. After 2 or 3 months max of the ownership, he started losing power. The Prius at this moment, I couldn't even test drive it because he came here with that typical triangle in-depth check engine light, VSC light. All these lights in the dashboard were on when he arrived yesterday. He dropped it off in the evening, and I have today to deal with it. He said, I don't understand why I have a triangle of death, but I'm afraid my hybrid battery is kaput. But I don't understand why I have only P0420. I have a very simple scanner, but there's only one code for that catalytic converter. So he said, vehicle barely runs. It barely made it here, but he made it here. Pulled his bicycle out of the trunk. They are really practical vehicles, we know that. And he left. We had a 30-minute discussion. Was trying to guess. I'm like, I don't think it's only one code, but he says he scanned it. So this is the mistake, another mistake, not just that buying purchase, but now we have a mistake number 2, and we will help him. I will help him. I like him. He's super cool dude. I will help you who are watching the video, and we will help him also. So obviously what happened when he hooked his small cheap scanner, he saw the code. There was a one code, P0420. When he left, I hooked my simple scanner to it. And there was on the screen, across the screen, P0420, inefficient catalyst converter. But in the corner of the screen, there was a 1/6. So he didn't realize, because he's not a car guy, that he had one code was P0420 out of 6 codes. The additional codes, which he had no clue he has, is P0A as Adam 80. So it's a P0A80 hybrid battery pack over temperature. Now, as he arrived and he said anytime he tries to drive it, he can hear the hybrid battery fan running like jet engine, right? It's running like maniac. The fan is spinning because the computer is telling, hey, the battery pack, hybrid battery pack is overheated. Please try to cool it off. So that was his another code. Then he had third code, and it's 3 codes. I know I said 1 out of 6, but they were repeated. They were recorded twice. The next one, if he could see, he will have better clue about his hybrid. The next one was P3014, which is hybrid battery cell block weak. And it's not just any cell block, but it tells us it's a block number 4. So there is a guidance from the codes which are stored in the computer to anybody who would like to work on it themselves. And that's his idea. He's mechanically skilled. I told him, hey, for reliability purpose, I have to warn you, you are not allowed to ever touch it, work on it, and so on. It's only for certified people. It can kill you instantly. Believe it or not, the battery can kill you instantly. So I don't recommend you work on it. I had to tell him that, but I know he will. He would like to pull it out. He would like to tinker with those battery cells, maybe replace the battery. So he's doing a lot of research. But do you see the mistakes? He is limping around and he's thinking it's only the catalytic converter, just because he didn't know how to properly use that little scanner tool. He didn't know he has way more codes which are clearly showing and pointing finger on that hybrid battery, which is underneath the rear seats. So yesterday, just for heck of it, I erased everything. I cleared the whole thing. It was here overnight. The vehicle is completely cold. So let's go see what it does when we hop in with, again, that simple scanner. Let's see if something is pending right away and what's going on with it. Now, we don't know what is on that battery. That cell, right, the battery, hybrid battery is underneath the rear seats, it's there. That cell number 4 might have a just rusted contact, and it will be signaling to the computer to go in the limp mode and cut the power off and so on. That's completely possible. But what I have to mention is, since the car came in, I keep in multiple places killing black ants. So this car is full of ants. You never know, there might be an ant nest in the hybrid battery. For those who are new, let's see how you connect the scanner, simple scanner you might own. So you watch, it's asymmetrical, it goes only one way, you don't want to force it on. Now we are hooked. It will not read the car unless you put ignition on. So let's do that. In this case, you don't have to be sitting inside and holding the pedal, you just push it twice. 1 and 2. And the key is on the roof or somewhere, right? Despite the fact It's a smart key and it doesn't have to be in ignition. I will put it in ignition. I forgot. You can see it's funny, right? Now look at it. Everything goes on. The vehicle is on. And shows all these lights because the scanner is hooked. If I will not have that scanner hooked, there will be no lights. So let's see what is happening, and look at that. P0A80 is pending. Watch the little text there. It says pending, so it's not registered yet. That's why the fan, the vent is actually next to the seats right there. The fan is still not running. You don't hear it running. This is only the air conditioning fan doing something. So let's see. I have open door. We can redo this one more time, and we will, with the scanner hooked, we will actually, I will put the foot on the pedal and let's start that up. The vehicle started. That's what I'm telling you at this moment, because I erased the codes. There's nothing. The engine kind of shakes on the idle, so that's another concern. Look, the monitor here. The communication was lost because I restarted, and I have pending this code. If I erase it, erase was successful. But if I look at DTCs, this code will be pending very quickly. You see, there's nothing right now. We are completely clear, but that's because the computer is looking on what is happening, and pretty soon it will get an info from the hybrid battery computer which is next to it. We can redo, right, the DTC read. Still not pending, but I bet you it will be pending very soon. So I want to share this with you. You have to know what you are doing, even if you are trying to figure out yourself. Obviously, if this vehicle will be driven, it will go back to the red triangle, which we call, right, it's like a red triangle in the dashboard, which we called, or people call, triangle of death, because it means that very expensive repair is coming your way. So battery, look what it's doing. It's just changing its charge just the way it wants. Look what it's doing, right? So this is all messed up, obviously. I didn't push the accelerator, nothing. The vehicle is idling again, and look, we have already pending. You can observe, right? I'm not touching the throttle. It will be cycling like that, and we have already pending P0A80. I hope you can see it. Trying not to shine any glare. So I will be not investigating this because he wants to do it himself, but I want to show you what are perfect symptoms of that hybrid battery which is going out, and it will need some maintenance or a complete replacement. If you do this yourself, before disconnecting this, always switch off the ignition. The vehicle needs to be completely off before you disconnect that cable down there. And now let's say he was hiring me to diagnose this problem. Well, I will absolutely not tell him, hey, you just need a new battery. The rear seats needs to be removed. The battery needs to be opened. You have to look at the connectors on that Everything what is in orange is that high voltage which only certified hybrid technicians supposed to be touching. So I will be looking if there are any burns, if there are any corrosions. Definitely will be really important. Look on that battery pack number 4, removing the connections, cleaning them, and putting everything back. That's the first step when you wanna confirm what that electronic system is telling us, right? Because all of that, yeah, it will cause problems with drivability. The vehicle will be limping around and it will not work correctly. It's basically shutting itself down. That's absolutely normal. When you start having codes for the hybrid battery, the whole thing is shutting down and it's barely moving. So I hope you find this video entertaining. Number 1, we learned something from his mistakes, and you guys even know what are possible next steps to deal with it. There are so many of these Priuses around. I think it's happening, what we see right now, it's happening somewhere, on many different places somewhere else in USA. So unfortunately many insurances will just total that car because they don't want to pay approximately $4,000 for replacing that battery pack with Toyota OEM part. Not sure what is the latest. I think it was a little bit cheaper than when I did it long time ago at dealer, because that was like $4,500, the total package, the whole bill. I believe it's like $3,500 right now, but I didn't check recently. So thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. If you find it helpful, give it a thumb up and be subscribed. I will keep filming a lot of videos for you soon. See you later, my friend.